What's up, metalheads? Welcome to the debut. Well, we can't really call it a debut show, but either way, it is our summer movie preview. Crank out the summertime. Get the Fresh Prince on. Yeah. I am your host, Chance the Titan Ellison, and this is a show where we're essentially going to go over, this is a preview show, so we're going to go over all the big movies coming out in the summer of 2018, go over what we're excited for, what stands out to us, box office, all that good stuff. And I have an extremely stacked panel with me to talk about today. First, I'm going to start with the person that actually pitched the show to me. He's someone that I talk to about, box office and stuff like this all the time. Ryan Permison. Ryan, what's up, man?
Not much, Chance. Thank you very much for having me. I'm glad we could put this thing together. I think the summer of 2018 is going to be full of some good movies, hopefully some good surprises, and who knows, maybe we'll have some dark horses in there as well. Let's have some fun with this.
Excellent. And aside from that, I have some panelists. Well, I have some returning panels. I have some new faces, I have some old faces. One particularly old face, but I'm not going to say who it is. Not Jeremy Adams, but I have some people who are seasoned vets of shows on this show. First of all, let me start with the man, the trusty sidekick, Professor Gonzo himself, Zack Ford. Zack, what's up?
I'm now just kind of going through like a midlife crisis. I'm worried that I was being called the old one. I'm not even 30 yet. I still have one more year.
But, okay, no, you're not the old face. There's a very specific person on the panel. He's not that he's old. He has an old face. Speaking of old face, I'm really calling him old face because he has a sweet beard that I'm really, really jealous of. He is Rene Villiarreal Jr., the Red Ranger. What's up, brother?
You like my beard? That's so sweet. It's going good, man. I'm glad I was able to jump on this, and I can't wait to hear people laugh at my dark horses.
I mean, you're kind of like the Dante from Clerks of this episode. Like you weren't even supposed to be here today.
I wasn't supposed to be here today.
No, you were not. But either way, we're happy to have you. Also here, he is the Hobbit, Robert Parker. Robert, what's up?
Yeah, guys, chat's lying to you. I'm the old face on the panel. I'm like almost 13, so like we're getting there. But the last 2 summers have been a little bit disappointing for movies. Probably the last 2 or 3 summers have not been great, but this summer is stacked, so I'm excited to get into this.
Absolutely. And rounding out the panel, we have someone who, he's a little newer to the film and media scene, but he is making waves, son. And that is Lucky Lucas Schildbach. Lucas, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. This summer is stacked, certainly with a lot of big budget movies. I think the interesting question at this point is how many of them are going to die really badly, because at least one of them has to. They can't all be successes. And there's always a couple little smaller movies. Somebody's going to hit somewhere. We will get our crazy girls trip of this summer at some point.
No doubt. All right, so the way we're going to start the show off, we're going to start by just looking at the summer as a whole. So I have a list of what I think are going to be the biggest movies of the summer. We're going to go over them, talk about what stands out to us, what we're looking forward to, all of that. So we're going to start with the section I like to call April 27th because a certain movie decided to move from its coveted May 4th spots to come to us the week early. And keep in mind, we're also talking about U.S. domestic box office. We're talking about, of course, Avengers Infinity War decided to move to April 27th, which I know technically is not summer, but who are we kidding? It's a summer movie. It's coming out a week early. But, I mean, it's just me speaking. I think this is the event movie of this summer. There's always one every year. I think this is the one this year. So I'm going to go around the panel. Rene, what are your thoughts on what are your thoughts right now on Avengers Infinity War?
I'm so excited. I can't even begin to say I've been watching any single thing on YouTube that anybody does about Infinity War. I'm clicking on it. You talk about clickbait, you put Infinity War in front of any of your movies on YouTube for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to click on it because I want to see what people are talking about. I want to hear what people think. I want to tell these people what I think because, Infinity War is just – it's not even Avengers 4. It's still not even Avengers 4. There is still one more Avengers after this. Everyone talks like this is the end. There's still one more. But I'm so excited for Infinity War. The first trailer blew my mind. The second one blew it away. Black Panther added to the hype. And I mean, this marketing train is on a roll. Some people say it's revealing too much. I still think it's just enough of all that little seasoning that we get right before we get into the movie. We've barely seen not even a 5 full minutes of the movie. I've actually checked. So everyone can calm the hell down. Like, this movie is 2.5 hours.
Renee's got us, folks. Renee's got us. He's got our Infinity War time count. We've only seen 5 minutes of the movie, so we're all good. Thank you, Renee, for taking much of your time to do that.
That's from what I've gathered so far. Maybe there's more, but from what I've gathered from everything, seeing which ones are sharing, we've only seen about like not even 5 minutes. This is 2.5 hours, so everybody needs to relax like they're spoiling stuff. We're good. We're okay. It's gonna be fun.
We're okay. Hashtag we are okay. All right. Ryan, Avengers Infinity War. Give us your takes, man.
Well, I can't. Clearly, I am not as crazy hyped as Red Ranger is over here. Gee whiz, he just took all the electricity out of
Yeah, I really should have gotten him last. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, but in a good way, though. In a good way. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yes. Am I excited for this movie? Heck yeah. I've seen the first trailer. I thought the first trailer was brilliantly marketed, brilliantly put together with the narration of all the different characters, given the speech that Fury gave in the original Avengers film of 2012. The other trailers and other marketing materials haven't been quite as good as that first trailer. I think that first trailer really set the tone for what we're going to get. I hope it's what we get, because granted, we've been wrong before with all the marketing they did for a little indie film called Avengers Age of Ultron. That turned out to be a complete disaster of a film, at least in my eyes. So I'm hoping they can clean up the mess, learn from their mistakes, and give us a really, really good film. I cannot wait to see it. Unfortunately, not going to be able to see it opening weekend. I'm going to be away at a Comic-Con that weekend. But the following weekend, when it was originally supposed to come out, I will be there hook, line, and sinker, and I cannot wait to see this movie. I think it's going to break all kinds of records. And I don't think it's going to do it because no film has been able to do it yet. But if it does break Titanic and Avatar's record as the highest grossing movie of all time, not just domestically but worldwide, I will be very happy and I'll be very surprised. But we'll see what happens. Avengers Infinity War. Cannot wait to see it.
Let the record show Ryan also likes Batman vs Superman, so we can take his opinion however you want it. Sorry, I just gotta throw that out there every now and then. I'm contractually obligated, man. Contractually obligated. Robert, Avengers Infinity War. You know, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it on the head, Chance. This is a tentpole movie. We have been building to this for 10 years. People have been waiting to see this movie for 10 years, and it's all finally going to come to fruition. I mean, I don't think each of us has to talk about it for 16 minutes. But yeah, of course I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. I'm going to see it probably twice opening night. Of course I'm going to see this movie.
Me too. All right, I had to get those three out of the way because we got to go to the indie crowd. Let's start with Zack Ford. Zack, Avengers Infinity War. What are your thoughts, man?
Well, yeah, when you said April 27th, I was convinced that the big focus was Animal Crackers, featuring
of course, Animal Crackers.
Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, like Quiet Place, the sequel in animated form. I've never heard that movie, by the way, but otherwise,
I've seen the trailer. It's bad.
But yeah, Avengers. I'll wait for DVD. I'm just joking. I'll of course be there right away. Probably like Sunday morning when there's just a bunch of the early going crowd. I can't handle all the intensity that's going to come Friday night or Saturday night. It's just not the person I am. But I'm someone who I'm a superhero movie fan. I have watched all the Marvel movies since the beginning, but for me to become really, really hyped about the Marvel universe, it's not until like the past 2 years that I feel like it's really clicked with me, which I think is almost the opposite with some people that are getting, a little tired of superhero movies, a little superhero fatigue, when mine has really just kind of reached its pinnacle with the streak they're running on with Black Panther and with Thor Ragnarok, and Guardians 2 also hit hard for me, and Spider-Man. They're just such a streak that you really feel they can't miss, and it's reaching this pinnacle of this kind of the hot streak they're on. You feel like this is going to be the climax of it, and with all these characters they just introduced that I fall in love that haven't been in other Avengers movies. This is my first time to get to see how they interact and see how the Guardians kind of play in especially when their style and tone is so different than a lot of the rest of the universe. That's the thing I'm looking forward to the most, is seeing how are the Guardians going to fit into this. So I feel like there's plenty of surprises still to see. which also makes it exciting. So just the surprises of what characters are going to be in there, how are the characters going to be relating with each other, and who's really going to be the focus of the story is all what I'm highly anticipating opening weekend.
All right, and rounding out, Lucas, what are your thoughts on Avengers: Infinity War?
Well, I think it's fair to say this is not going to be my favorite movie of the year. I cannot remember the last time a comic book movie was. It's not my favorite genre. I've seen them all though, so I will see this one at some point. But beyond that, to the box office, this is clearly the movie of the summer. There's only one other movie that's even in the same stratosphere. This movie has a massive advantage by starting in April. It'll be running in theaters till August. It'll get down to under 1,000 theaters sometimes there. It's going to have a huge advantage, and it will dominate the entire summer.
Wait, don't give away your cards yet, even though I'm pretty sure we're all thinking the same thing. But right now, so yeah, Avengers: Infinity War, that's going to be huge, going to come out. I think it's going to be awesome. And yeah, it's going to blow away the entire summer. But either way, we have a ton of, it's still, like aside from that, a stacked summer nonetheless. So let's start with May. So starting with May. May 4th, we have the movie that scared Avengers: Infinity War off its coveted the first weekend of May spot, Overboard, the remake of the Kurt Russell film starring Anna Faris and Eugenio Debrez. We also have the Jason Reitman's Tully, starring Charlize Theron. We have the Melissa McCarthy comedy Life of the Party, Deadpool 2, the movie most excited for by moms, Book Club, the Roger Gosnell ludicrous outing Show Dogs, and rounding out the month of May, Solo, a Star Wars story. So I'm gonna go to you, Ryan. Month of May, what stands out to you? Ryan, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Sorry. I got distracted. Anyway, what I was saying. Yeah, May, clearly Deadpool 2 and Solo are the two that stick out like two sore thumbs because they're going to dominate. They're going to make huge chunks of change. The rest of these films don't have a chance, and you know what? They're barely going to make 20 to 30 million if they're lucky. Yeah, the casts don't do anything for me. The trailers for the other films, such as Overboard, Life of the Party, don't do anything for their favor. They look like garbage films. They look like something you would pick up in the $2 bin at Walmart, if you're lucky. Yeah, those films are terrible. And May, really the only films that matter are the overrun of Avengers: Infinity War, Deadpool 2, which I don't care about, but other people do, and Solo, a Star Wars story, which I'm curious to see how it does. So we'll see.
Yeah, we have a very ongoing feud about Solo. Lucas, looking at the month of May, what sticks out to you?
The two big ones, of course, are Deadpool and Solo. Not really that interested in Deadpool, to be honest. My anticipation of that is like 0 at this point. I am completely all in on Solo. I think that looks interesting and different. If I had to look at this whole list, there is one other movie I would argue that does have box office potential, and that is Life of the Party. I don't like her, but Melissa McCarthy draws butts and seats. That can't be argued. Personally, if I had to talk about movies I'm most interested in, Tully looks really interesting. I liked A Young Adult, the last collaboration of Reitman and Theron. I think that could be really interesting. But it's definitely Solo and Deadpool 2 as the big two movies today.
All right, and Zack, what stands out to you? What are you most excited for in the month of May?
So mine's a little unfair because the movie I'm most excited for I've actually already seen. So in my marathon last week at the Wisconsin Film Festival, where I watched 22 movies and forgot that I had a job. Kids aren't important, only movie festivals. I did manage to see Tully, and Tully, I was such a big Jason Reitman fan after his first 3 movies, and I was looking forward to where his career was going, and it just kind of petered out for a little bit. But this really
Men, Women, and Children.
Yeah, Men, Women, and Children. And I was not a big fan of Young Adult, but I was probably kind of a little young to jive with it, understand it as like a 19-year-old when it came out. I'm not sure, but it really shows a maturity for Diablo Cody and Reitman's partnership. It still has a lot of the quippiness you see in Juno, but it comes out a lot more natural, right? And the emotions is heavier and has more impact, I think. Especially if anyone goes movies or mom, I recommend it seeing with your mother, because seeing it with my mom, I think added some emotional impact about just to see how she reacted to that and related to that. So that's definitely the one that sticks out most to me. I plan on seeing it a second time. I really did love it. Otherwise, I actually have pretty high hopes for Solo. I'm not a Star Wars nut. I'm just Like, I enjoy them. I don't rewatch them that often as everyone else does, but I feel like this one really might work for me because it just seems like it's carrying less like baggage of what it's trying to move forward. It's not trying to start the universe to move forward. It's just going to tell one fundamental story of a character we've seen and can close it out rather than trying to start a franchise and move forward all this mythology. So I really think Solo looks great so far, no matter what the talk around it has been. I just really like the previews and the overall style of it. So.
All right. I'm going to go to Robert next. Robert, what stands out to you in the month of May the most?
I mean, yeah, obviously the two big ones are Deadpool 2 and Solo. I think Deadpool 2 is going to do really well. I think it's a little bit precariously placed between Solo and Avengers Infinity War, but I still think it'll do good at the box office. It did. Granted, it came out in February, the first Deadpool, but the first one did amazing at the box office. I have no reason to think this one is going to do any less than the first Deadpool. Solo's a little bit interesting. I'm not extremely excited for it. I'll still see it at least once or twice. But I'm not incredibly excited about it. I think it'll do well. And Lucas brought it up, but I actually think Life of the Party has a chance to do well at the box office. If you look a couple years ago, Melissa McCarthy was in Tammy in 2014. Opening weekend, that did over 20 million. Domestically, it did over 80 million. She definitely has star power to bring a different crowd to the theater, and I definitely think Life of the Party has a chance to make some money.
All right, excellent. And running it out, RJ, what stands out to you most about the month of May?
The fact of how much I want to shit on these guys' opinions. All of y'all said some terrible things. Melissa McCarthy cannot carry a comedy anymore. You want to bring up Tammy? That's when she had that star power and people had faith in her. Then Tammy came out and everybody lost it.
But then Spy was good, which was also a summer movie and also made money.
And Ghostbusters made money.
And Ghostbusters.
The Boss killed BVS.
Yeah, but that was because it was BVS. Let's not get started about that. Another thing, Solo, unfortunately, I disagree with Zack. Solo has a lot riding on it. This is only the second anthology movie Star Wars has been trying to put out, and they want this to become a regular thing because we're about to run out of episodic movies for a little while. We're not going to go to episode 10 really quick. Who knows if they'll ever go to episode 10? So Star Wars needs something to keep it going. This is only the second anthology movie, and at first it was really hype. Then all the BS. Now people are worried. I've seen the trailers. I'm not going to lie. I'm not about them. I don't feel like I'm watching a Han Solo movie. I feel like I'm watching Solo, a Lando and Chewbacca story. That's what I feel like I see in these trailers. And honestly, when I look at it, I don't feel like it's a Star Wars movie directed by Ron Howard. I feel like I'm watching a Ron Howard movie that just happens to star Star Wars characters, and I don't think that's going to help.
I'm looking forward to it.
But you know what? It's probably going to make its opening weekend money just like every Star Wars movie does. The real hardcore fans, regardless of their fears for it, they're going to go see it. Deadpool, same thing. The money it made overall, everyone's going to go opening weekend. It's going to make that opening weekend. That's my prediction. Because no one's going to wait to hear how it is. Everyone who went to go see it the first time is going to go see it for themselves this time rather than wait to hear about it. What else in May? Overboard? Catastrophe. Oh my God. Why? Why would you ruin that classic for me? I love that movie. I kid you not. Why would you do this? No, it doesn't matter that you switch them. It doesn't make it any better. No, I hate that guy. What's his name?
Eugenio Derbez.
I hate you. I'm sorry. You're doing what you do, but no, I hate you so much. I hate you with every fiber of my being every time you're in a movie. I can't stand you. I really can't, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. You're just doing your job, but I have to be honest. But besides those, Tully is another one. Yeah, I really think, that actually looks really good. Not only Charlize Theron, but Mackenzie Davis. I think she's starting to build her thing up that she's going to become a marquee name on her own. And I think this is just going to even boost her even further, co-starring along with someone like Charlize Theron. I think she is slowly climbing up the ladder. And I think this is one of those things that's going to start putting her over the top. I wouldn't be surprised if within the next year we have a movie where she is on the marquee.
Well, we're already getting that because I believe she's headlining the new. I also don't give a crap about because everything after 2 has been god awful. But that's the second point. So the common answer I'm seeing, look, first of all, the things that has me, I'm sad by the lack of really big tentpole movies, and I think Avengers is to blame for that because they fucked everything up because moving up a week early. Damn you, Robert Downey Jr. No, I'm just kidding. That's Les Blasphemous. I don't mean that. But something I see a lot of this panel. I see a lot of cop out answers. See a lot of people, trying to take both sides of the coin. Saying Deadpool and Solo. So I'm gonna put you guys on the spot right now. Box office wise, what wins? What wins? Or Deadpool 2? I'm gonna go RJ. You first. Just give me quick answer. Solo or Deadpool 2?
Okay. Solo's going to look like it's going to win at first, but Deadpool will win in the end.
Quick answer. 5 words too many.
5 words too many. You're one to talk, Zach. So RJ says Deadpool, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lucas, what wins the box office?
Solo. Deadpool 2 needs to be in February like Deadpool to have the same numbers.
All right. RJ, Robert, what wins? Solo or Deadpool?
Deadpool.
All right, Ryan.
Is this for opening weekend or domestic gross overall?
Domestic gross overall.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Every game.
Yeah, it's Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2. Solo's got too many behind the scenes issues and too many shade being thrown at it to survive. Deadpool 2 is going to overtake it.
Okay, and Zach, Solo or Deadpool 2?
Solo, because fuck Deadpool. I think you guys are underselling the passionate hate that many people like me feel for the Deadpool franchise and the Deadpool.
I think you're underselling the passionate
and by
hate
many people, it's me.
People have after Last Jedi.
And the thing is, I'm going to see Deadpool too.
But Star Wars fans will hate the movie and still see it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought.
I think there are superhero fans that call Deadpool.
He's actually not wrong.
Not for me.
That's a scary thought.
Okay, now, all right. So, speaking this for me, I would also bet on Solo. So we're deadlocked. We're gonna see who wins at the end of the month of May because this can be a monthly show. So I'm betting on Solo. I think I have faith in it. We'll get into how much faith I have in it later, but yeah. So that's it for the month of May. Then we go to a absolutely stacked. So kicking off the month, we have a movie I just found out about a few weeks ago. Action Point. This is I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's the newest film from the Jackass crew. Johnny Knoxville stars in it. Looks kind of fun. Ocean's 8, the reboot of the Ocean's franchise. Heredity, Hotel Artemis, anticipated sequel, Incredibles 2, Tag, which I think looks really funny. The Ryan most anticipated movie of the year, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Sicario, Day of the Soldado. The Hustle, which is the female remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Uncle Drew, the Kyrie Irving movie. To Bother You, which is an indie movie I'm really looking forward to. So I'm going to open up with RJ this time. RJ, what movie stands out to you in the month of June?
I got lost in all those movies. Like half of those movies I hadn't even heard of. I'm sorry. I actually need to hear them again. I got so lost.
All right, so you got Action Point, Ocean's 8,
Okay.
Heredity,
Okay.
Hotel Artemis, Incredibles 2, Tag, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, Sicario, The Hustle, which is the remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Uncle Drew, and Sorry to Bother You. So what stands out to you about that month?
For me, the really easy one is Ocean's 8 because I love that franchise. I don't care what people say about 12 and 13. I love that trilogy. It's one of my best. It's one of my top 5 trilogies of all time. I think they're great movies, so I can't wait to get back in that universe. Jurassic World, obviously, I mean, I'm gonna go see it just because I want to see where they go after Jurassic 1. I saw the new trailer this morning. I don't know if anyone else saw, so I am actually a little bit more interested. After the new trailer, I'm like, okay, like they are taking it a little bit somewhere different, so I kind of like it. It looks like it's going to try to be a little too funny, but whatever. It's Chris Pratt. Let him do what he does. That Action Point, I just might go see it. I don't know. I like watching dumb stuff like that. Uncle Drew looks stupid, but people are gonna go see it.
How blunt?
That's actually probably. Oh, and of course, Incredibles. I mean, who doesn't want to see that sequel? I've been dying to see that sequel. The trailer was amazing. The tease was great. I was kind of a little thrown off at the fact that it's starting right where the last movie took off. I kind of wanted a little bit of a time jump, but I'll deal with it. That's my only gripe against it.
All right. I'm going to go to Lucas next. Lucas, month of June, what stands out to you?
Well, I think in terms of box office, it's Jurassic World and Incredibles 2. But considering I honestly don't care about Jurassic World, and I'm iffy on Incredibles 2. Pixar has very limited success with sequels. For me, the movie I'm interested in is Hereditary. That's the one that has all the buzz coming out of the festivals. Also, huge shout out to Won't You Be My Neighbor, which will make no money, but we all love Mr. Rogers. Who doesn't love that guy? But yeah.
Yes, we all love Mr. Rogers. I'll mention the Won't You Be My Neighbor.
You go back to box office, Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, it's going to crush. The first movie made a ton. I don't like the first one. I probably won't like this one. I thought the trailers looked garbage, but it's going to make a fuckload of money.
All right. Robert, do you have a little bit of insight into one of these movies? What would you say? What stands out to you about this month?
I have insight into one of these movies.
Do you?
You thought I did. I don't know. Do I?
I don't know.
So
Just pretend and go with it. Yes, and Robert. Yes, and.
I have insight into this movie. I sure do. So I think obviously the one to look at in this month, hands down, is Incredibles 2. If you look at like the last 3 or 4 summers combined, in the top like 3 highest grossing movies of all time, there's always an animated movie. Very rarely in the last couple summers has there not been a kids movie in one of those top spots. I think absolutely Incredibles 2 is going to dominate. This is one of the most highly anticipated film sequels of all time. This is going to make a ton of money. If you just look back, like, I mean, Pixar maybe hasn't made like the best movie sequels, but their movie sequels make a lot of money. Look at like Finding Dory. That made a ton when it came out in 2016, 2 years ago. Incredibles 2 is going to dominate. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, yeah, it's going to make a lot of money too. I'm not going to care for it. I didn't care for the first one either, but Incredibles 2 is going to dominate. I mean, other than that, I hope Sicario makes money. I really hope that's a good movie. I love the first one, so we'll see. But Incredibles 2 is going to dominate.
All right, Ryan, month of June.
Well, in June, I mean, clearly some of these such films as Action Point can go to the $2 bin at your local Walmart. Hereditary is getting good money.
You have $2 bin at Walmart. What is with that?
Where's there
Walmart bins anymore?
Where's
Whatever,
there
you know what I mean.
Bin? I want this bin. There's $2 bins.
He took the sign and crossed out the
Whatever. I'll take your $2 bin and raise you to 5. Okay, I'll raise you to 5. But anyway,
that makes more sense.
Yeah, thank you, Chance. Let's put that aside. Anyway, Hereditary is making good buzz off the festivals. It'll make a few pennies, maybe a few dimes. Clearly, Tag, the trailers look very weird as a premise. Very, very weird, but it'll make some change. But the standouts to me are clearly Incredibles 2 and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yes, I did see the latest trailer for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom that hit the web today. It is an improvement over the first 2 trailers, but that's not going to sell me because the first one is a piece of garbage. It's one of the worst films in Hollywood history. Jurassic World franchise has now become the new Transformers, which is never a good thing, at least for the most part. And I do want Sicario 2. That's a sequel no one saw coming, no one asked for, no one needed, but I'm happy that it's coming because the trailer's been really, really good. Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin worked very well together in the first one. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the sequel. Uncle Drew, I could care less. It'll be in the $5 bin in 2 weeks. Sorry to bother you. May make like $5 million and fade away very quickly due to the mass amount of competition. So yeah, for June, and also Ocean's 8. I am very excited to see what they do with Ocean's 8. The trailers have been awesome-tacular, as one pundit likes to say. I like the cast. I like the premise. It looks like a lot of fun. Sandra Bullock, my girl from The Bus. aka The Net, one of my all-time favorite Sandra Bullock movies. Cannot wait to see what she does as the leader of this crew. So yeah, Ocean's 8, I'm looking forward to seeing. Sicario 2, I'm looking forward to seeing. But all these other films can take a hike or take a long walk up a very short cliff. So that'll be that.
And Zach, what stands out to you at the month of June?
So yeah, box office. I really think Incredibles is going to be up there, close to definitely in the top 3, because you're underrating just how dominant Pixar is every summer. This is their time. There's always a kids movie up in the top 3, and Incredibles has no competition for a while until Christopher Robin, which doesn't really have a place. There's no other big animated movie. That's why I imagined in my head Wreck-It Ralph was coming out, because it had to. There had to be a second animated movie. There is none.
There's got to be another one.
Incredibles has open territory to dominate.
We'll get to it later.
And even though Lucas says that their sequels, don't do well, that's kind of critically and fan-wise, but they still dominate in the box office. Finding Dory still made bank. I do think also box office-wise, Hereditary, I think, can really hit. I think in this time with how crazed people are about horror films, and specifically like thematic heavy horror films, with Quiet Place and Get Out from last year and that they're really craving some more. I think Hereditary, definitely not opening weekend, but with word of mouth, and it plays for a different kind of crowd than a lot of the other summer movies. I really think it can hit. And I think Ocean's 9 is going to do really well for the same reason. It doesn't have a lot of other competition.
Ocean's 9?
Ocean's
Where'd
8.
9 come from? Who's the 9th?
It's next. It's in 2 years from now when Ocean's 9 come out. It's going to do super good.
Sequel. Woo! Cannot wait.
Sequels.
For films I'm looking forward to that I didn't already mention, I did already see the Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor? And the studio had some security guards there. I promise I won't brag anymore. I don't think I've seen any other movies on the summer radar. But I'm so special, guys. But the security guards that were there to check for that we weren't pirating, because we're assholes pirating Mr. Rogers documentaries, this like 20-year-old guy, big beard, bawling his eyes out during Mr. Rogers, and I just want to go up to him and go, "You forget to do your job. You're not supposed to be watching this movie." But it's really an inspirational and kind of important movie for this time that I really want to encourage everyone to see. I am excited for Uncle Drew. That will be my dumb fun for the year. I'm a huge NBA fan. Kyrie Irving's kind of a problematic figure in the NBA world, especially as I'm a Cavs fan. But it just looks like some ridiculous NBA joy with a lot of great faces in there that I'm excited to see. And if Tag does well, if I can enjoy Tag, this could be one of the best years for comedies in a while, for mainstream comedies with Game Night and how Blockers is doing. And that's not something I feel like we should undersell too.
Absolutely. Well said. I'm really like that. Back to these NBA fan facts. Looking forward to Uncle Drew for Zack Ford. Either way, going to me. I think the one that stands out to me the most is probably Incredibles 2, because I grew up in that generation. Like I think Robert, Lucas, and I are kind of the same age as them. Like people in our age range have been like clamoring for the sequel for like since the first one came out. It's like, yo, where's my Incredibles 2? I need my Incredibles 2. Where's my Incredibles 2?
How old do you think I am?
Well, you're not. Okay, fine. I guess Rene to you, because Rene's not that much older than me.
I wasn't even born when the first one came out.
Oh, wow.
That's a joke.
Jeez.
That's a joke, guys. I promise I'm 20 years old.
No, he's a joke. He's not 8. He's not 8.
Yeah, the first movie
I'd be so depressed.
I won't be there to see Incredibles 2.
The first movie I ever saw in theaters was Cars 2.
I heard that was an incredible film.
But as far as other movies I'm looking forward to, I'm surprised how many like smaller movies I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to Hotel Artemis, but the trailer just dropped for that a few days ago, and it looks freaking sweet. And also looking forward to Tag, which I think looks really cool. And it looks like the sequel to Game Night, which I also really enjoyed earlier this year. I'm also really looking forward to Sorry to Bother You, which because I'm a huge Lakeith Stanfield fan from Atlanta and Get Out and stuff like that. And I think it really hits for us indie movies. Sicario 2 is another example to me because I think it's seriously hitting Edge of Tomorrow level problems. Where like, because Edge of Tomorrow, like at least they committed to one really stupid name. Like Sicario de Soldado keeps changing it week to week, so like no one's gonna know what to see. Like it could be the Edge of Tomorrow this year. Maybe it's good. I'm really looking forward to it because I'm a big Taylor Sheridan fan. But I don't know. As far as box office, my duel and Jurassic World, I think I like it the most out of this entire panel. but I'm worried about it. I think it's fun. I know it's not a good movie, but I think it's fun, which we might get into more discussions about tease. But moving on to the month of July. Let's start. We still got some big hits. We got the first Purge, the prequel to the Purge films. MCU coming back again in the same summer with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then you got Hotel Transylvania 3, Summer Vacation, something like that. I don't know. The Rock's one-legged action movie, Skyscraper. A sequel that I guess people wanted, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. A movie that I'm not entirely convinced is coming out, but it's still on the release schedule, so I'm rolling with it anyways. The Equalizer 2. Then you got Mission Impossible Fallout, American Dream about Tom Cruise coming at it again. And then the last one, the bane of DC movies, DC fans' existence, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. So I'm going to go to Zack first. Zack, what stands out to you about the month of July?
Yeah, there's not a lot that I'm super excited about here. I am probably my second favorite action franchise after X-Men is Mission Impossible, so I am super pumped for that. But Purge, don't really care about. Equalizer, never saw the first one. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I will definitely see, but Ant-Man didn't hit for me as much as it did for other people. I think I was just always wishing that I was watching Edgar Wright's version instead, and that might have just tainted it a little bit for me. And never seen a Hotel Transylvania, so. And Mamma Mia, I mean, I wake up every morning to ABBA playing, and then when I get home from work, I've listened to the whole car ride. No, I can't stand ABBA, so I would not be seeing. And really, like the obvious subtitle, they have Mamma Mia 2. They just like I don't know what to call it. What's the lyrics that come right after the words Mamma Mia? The third one's just gonna be the next words after it.
I cannot resist you.
Blind Spotting, it was a Sundance hit, and I do look forward to seeing that. And there is one other one. Oh, we did it. You didn't say it out loud, and I have seen nothing about it, but there is How to Talk to Girls at Parties on there, which is a great Neil Gaiman story and a graphic novel version of that I love a lot, and could be a fun like British parties with a sci-fi twist kind of movie that I think is something to look forward to. Whether it's on demand or at theaters, I don't know, but I'm pumped.
I will say real quick, the Equalizer and Hotel Transylvania. Well, Equalizer is really good. So is Hotel Transylvania, and that's coming from someone who's not admittedly not an Adam Sandler fan. Going to Robert next. Roberts, what stands out to you about the month of July?
Yeah, so as far as box office, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to do pretty well for itself. The first one didn't like dominate or anything, but it made some decent change. And I think coming off the heat of Infinity War, a lot of people are going to want to see what's next for that story. So I think Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to do pretty well at the box office. Other than that, I think, every summer there's one horror movie that just kind of explodes and does like way surprisingly well. Maybe it'll be Hereditary this year. I'm banking a little bit on it being the first Purge. The third Purge movie wasn't a huge success, but the first two were liked by a big populace of people. So I think there's still fans of this franchise out there. This franchise isn't dead by any means. So I think a lot of people will show up to see this one. So yeah, I think those are the two big ones. Obviously, I think Mission Impossible Fallout's going to do well. Rogue Nation was the last one, which made quite a bit of money in 2015. So I think there's definitely still fans of this franchise. Tom Cruise still has some star power after The Mummy. And I'm actually in the very small minority that actually kind of wants to see Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. So, we'll see.
I just want to see to find out how they kill off Meryl Streep because she's no way she's fucking alive in that movie. Lucas, what stands out to you about the month of July?
I think Ant-Man and the Wasp is really interesting because Robert is right. The first one did make money, but it didn't make a ton of money. I think if you look back at what happened, it came out on the heels of Avengers: Age of Ultron, which was disappointing after the first one. So you think you saw the dip from Ant-Man. I think you can see Ant-Man actually make quite a lot more. If Infinity War really hits, that could be a big, big determinant in how well it does. Besides that, don't care about The Purge. Don't care about Hotel Transylvania. Don't care about Skyscraper. Don't care about Mamma Mia. I also don't think Equalizer 2 is coming out then because we literally have a poster for that. Mission Impossible Fallout, I liked 3 and 4 more than 5, so I'll see it, but I'm not that interested. The movie that I think interested me in this month, nothing out of it about it so far, is Mile 22, the new Peter Berg movie. That could be kind of interesting, depending.
That's
on
August. That's August.
Oh, that's August now. It's listed as July here.
Yeah.
That's annoying. All right, well, I'll save this.
I just double checked today. It's August.
All right, yeah. So
okay, well, Mile 22.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is probably my most interesting one for that month. But besides that,
all right, and Ryan, I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah, I'm still here.
And okay, cool. Your camera's off for a second. What stands out to you in the month of July?
For July, I'm very curious to see what the first Purge does, considering the fact I haven't seen any of the previous three. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm behind the 8 ball on a few of these franchises. Bear with me. But I do want to see the original 3 before I know the first Purge is a prequel, but I still want to see the first 3 before I go to see that. Ant-Man and the Wasp, very much looking forward to seeing that. I enjoyed the first one. It's one of my favorite MCU films for them. Hotel Transylvania, didn't see any of them, and clearly I'm not the target audience, so I'll let the 5-year-olds catch it in theaters and let them have a good old-fashioned time. Skyscraper, a.k.a. Sky Hard, as one film pundit is calling this film for The Rock.
Sky Hard.
Yeah, baby. John Schnepp is calling it Sky Hard, so I dig it. So this is The Rock's version of Die Hard. I'm curious to see it. It looks good from the trailer. I'm in. It looks a heck of a lot better than Rampage did. Excuse me. Mamma Mia, I could care less because musicals are not my favorite genre, nor will they ever be my favorite film genre. The Equalizer 2, haven't seen the first one, but I'll catch Equalizer 1 and 2 at some point or another. Teen Titans can go straight to the $5 bin at Walmart. But the one
I'm the $5 bin. That's being named that $5 bin, Ryan Permison.
That's right. Yeah, I'm doing my corrections here now. Anywho, the one I'm very excited for, to me, this trailer is one of the best trailers I've seen in a very long time. And that is for Mission Impossible Fallout. I cannot wait to see this movie. It is going to kill it. It's going to make money. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be action-packed. And plus, you have Superman himself, Henry Cavill, as the bad guy, going up against Ethan Hunt, a.k.a. Tom Cruise. With a mustache, a fully functional...
we finally get to see the mustache that destroyed Justice League in full force.
A fully functional, visible, and ridiculously good-looking mustache from my boy Henry Cavill. You're the man, Henry. We love you. Cannot wait to see Mission Impossible Fallout. I cannot stop watching that trailer. It is one of the most addictive trailers I've seen in a very long time in the cinematic industry. So, yeah, Mission Impossible.
And includes quite possibly the real death of Tom Cruise. You don't know. That injury could have been bigger. We haven't heard from Tom Cruise in a while.
No, he's not.
I'm sure he's still around.
He's not dying at the end of this movie. No spoilers. That Mission Impossible Fallout and Ant-Man and the Wasp are the two that stand out to me, are the ones that are going to make the most amount of money. Skyscraper, I think, could be a dark horse. The first Purge could be a dark horse. But we'll see how it goes. But Mission Impossible Fallout, I cannot wait. Give me that movie now.
All right, and finally, let's go to the rant master, Rene. Anything you want to rant about in the month of July?
No, people are going to rant at me after I talk about it. So Ant-Man and the Wasp obviously is going to be my top pick for July. Loved the first one. Absolutely love Ant-Man. Just like Robert said, coming off Infinity War, I think that's only going to help it. It might throw some people off, so for anybody watching, spoilers. Let's remember, Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to take place before Infinity War. It is not after the events of Infinity War. It is after the events of Civil War. So do not think that all this is going on after Thanos wrecks everything. Let's all remember this. Nobody get confused. It's not like Rogue One. Rogue One was not episode 7. Let's remember where we are in the timeline. After that, I'm with Robert. I'm going to go see Mamma Mia. Screw all you guys. I love the first one. I'm going to go see the sequel. So screw all of you. They're funny, they're cute, and Cher's in it. That's going to be hilarious enough in itself.
Is Cher a selling point for you? Since when did that happen?
Because it's Cher.
Yeah. Biggest standout to me, I think... Ant-Man was up there. I think biggest thing to me is
I wasn't done.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Finish. Go ahead and finish.
However you are mad about it, y'all need to recognize the fact that Teen Titans Go did well enough to get itself a major motion picture release. Who cares what you think about the show? And here's where everyone's gonna get me. I love that show. That show's freaking hilarious. I love watching that.
Oh, come
show.
on.
And I am gonna go watch.
I knew it was going to regret having you on.
I don't care about the fart jokes. I am gonna go watch this movie. I freaking love that show. And y'all wondering what other animated movie is gonna kill it? I think this one is gonna give Hotel Transylvania 3 a run for its money. Because y'all may not like it, but all those little kids do. You may have your opinions of it, but it's for the kids. And for me. I don't drink coffee.
Okay. You're going to test that. Rene does not drink coffee.
And you know what? Screw Tom Cruise. I'm going to go watch that movie just to watch him get beat up by Superman. That's the only reason I'm going to go watch that movie.
First of all, Tom Cruise is a treasure to America.
I don't drink
Red Bull
either. I drink no energy drinks.
We can discuss Rene's caffeine habits after the show. Let's keep on track, fellas.
It's just
yeah. First of all,
Tom Cruise can suck it.
Hey, do not disparage the American dreamboat and treasure to the U.S., the world, and the universe that is Tom Cruise.
No,
this one surprisingly. What I'm most excited for. I gave you time to talk. I gave you time to talk. Now it's my turn. Okay,
hey,
it's my show.
Don't tell me it's a family show. All these guys have been cussing. I said suck it. I just said I gave you time to talk. It's my show. So let me run my show. I'm running the show. All right. So what I'm looking forward to most is definitely Mission Impossible Fallout. I do think, I think it's a really consistent franchise. I'm not sure if I liked Rogue Nation more than Ghost Protocol, but they're definitely, I think, on par with each other. And I think this franchise has been on the ups since 3. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what they do in Fallout. And Ant-Man and the Wasp, because I think it's kind of like Ant-Man's Spot, just like, you get like a movie of like super heavy shit, and then you get into then you get to like, something a little fun, something a little lighter. And I think people who like because like Ant-Man is low-key some people's favorite Marvel movie, and I think all the people who when the first Ant-Man loved it are the second one. So I think those are gonna be the first two. Skyscraper also could. I think if that really hits, I mean, The Rock has star power. He really does, and I think he could come in and he could come in and he can squeak into the top 10. So that's it. And then we get into the month of August, the one where summer winds down. But there's some really interesting ones here. So you got Christopher Robin, the Winnie the Pooh live action movie about a grown up Christopher Robin. Then you got Mile 22, the Peter Berg, Mark Wahlberg, Ronda Rousey joint. Then you got The Spy Who Dumped Me, the Kate McKinnon, Mila Kunis comedic romp about a girl who dates a spy. Then you got one of my most anticipated movies of the year, unapologetically, The Meg, starring Jason Statham, fighting a giant shark. Then you got Spike Lee's Black Klansman. Then also you have Crazy Rich Asians, which I think could be really interesting. You also have we were wrong, so that's in pre-show. There is a Muppet movie coming out this year. It is The Happy Time Murders, which is a R-rated dark starring Muppets. Muppets, I guess. And also you have, finishing out the summer, you have Slender Man, based on, of course, the popular creepypasta property. So I'm going to go to Rene, Mr. Anti-Cruise. How dare you? You don't drive on cruise control. Rene, what stands out to you about the month of August? I actually only drive on cruise control, so I mean, just to put that out there. Sorry, I started
clearly you don't.
Sorry, I started a Power Ranger match online. Anyways, I'm gonna lose this match. Christopher Robin is the big one for me. I'm a huge fan of the old Winnie the Pooh movie, the Winnie the Pooh show. I'm a huge Ewan McGregor fan. I love him in Moulin Rouge. I loved him in the Star Wars franchise, despite what people thought of the originals. And yeah, I think it's just going to be one of those good Disney ones that's, going to come out kind of like near the end of summer when people are kind of like done with all those big action movies. I think it's going to be really nice. I hope he gets to sing. That's another thing. I really hope he gets to sing. I am with you on the Meg. I don't care how dumb it looks. It's a monster movie.
It looks so fucking dumb.
It does, but who doesn't want to see Jason Statham fight a shark? Come on. I want to see Jason Statham fight a shark. And then, oh God, you said one more. The spy who dumped me. I think that has potential. You have Mila Kunis, who has shown that she has comedic chops in the Bad Moms franchise, which have been sleeper hits. And then Kate McKinnon hasn't really gotten her chance to shine, but I think this may really be good for her because this is less of an ensemble. You know, every comedy she's been put in, it's an ensemble cast. It's like 4 more funny people put together. I feel like with just her and Mila Kunis, I think she'll have a real chance to shine. So those are the 3 I'm really looking forward to in August. Screw the Slender Man. Chance made me watch that trailer. Oh my God, I couldn't sleep that night.
I didn't make you do anything.
Yes, you did. Remember, we did that thing, and y'all wanted to talk about Slender Man, Hunter, and y'all made me watch that fucking trailer. I'm sorry for cussing, but screw that trailer. It gave me nightmares. Screw that movie. I'm done.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Lucas. Lucas next. What stands out to you about this? About the month of August?
We lost.
Did we
him.
lose Lucas?
Yeah, RJ offended
crap,
me
he's
too
gone.
much. He's just a huge Slender Man fan.
All right.
Take off.
Too many hot and spicy takes. I'm gonna go to Robert. Well, what stands out to you in the month of August?
So as far as box office is concerned, I honestly don't think anything stands out to me. Christopher Robin will make some money, but I don't think it's gonna blow anybody away. Spy Who Dumped Me has a shot because film-driven comedy we saw with last year with not maybe both of them were great movies, but they both made some money. I don't think anything that comes out in August kills at the box office, but I think some stuff will, do a little bit. The Meg, obviously, is just a dumb action movie. People are going to pay money to see that. Like I said, I don't think anything destroys box office here, but, there's some things that could have a little bit of movement.
All right, now I believe we have Lucas back. Lucas, I was asking what stood out to you in the month of August, and then you dropped out because of RJ's super spicy takes. So, what's that to you in the month of August?
All right, so there's like 4 movies in August I care about. I agree with Robert. There's nothing really big box office wise here. I am interested in Peter Berg. He's always interesting. Spike Lee's movie is interesting, but Jesus Christ, change that name because that's just brutal. I do like Lenny Abramson coming back at the end of the month with The Little Stranger, which will make no money but should be interesting. And let's be honest, the movie of the month is Meg. The only thing that could make that movie better is that they just got rid of Jason Statham and let Rainn Wilson fight the shark on his own, because that would be 8,000 times a better movie. If they just let
That'd be so much better.
Fight a shark. It'd be fucking amazing. You could get random office people to walk around in the background. I'm so excited for that movie. It looks so dumb. They're playing cheesy music during the trailers. The CGI is going to be horrible. It's PG-13. They won't actually show blood. It's going to be a shit show, but it'll be a hilariously interesting shit show while it's happening.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're all looking forward to Meg for very similar reasons. Ryan, what stands out to you in the month of August, and what you're looking forward to?
Well, as far as August goes, I mean, you guys have pretty much hit all the main points. Christopher Robin, for someone who didn't grow up on this property of Winnie the Pooh, I'm actually curious to see it. The trailer sold me. The voiceover actor for Winnie the Pooh, Jim Cummings, has been around for over 30 years. He's done so many different voices with so many different characters, including the legendary character known as Darkwing Duck that some of us may have grown up on as children. I like the show. I met Jim Cummings at a con. He's great, by the way. The Spy Who Dumped Me is one of the worst titles I've ever heard in cinematic history, so that could take a jump off a cliff. The Meg, look, the trailer, I thought it was going to be really serious the first 40 seconds, and then just a Bobby Darin song kicks in. I'm like, okay, I guess you are going for the fun tongue-in-cheek vibe. But I'll take it because I want to see this movie. I want to see a fun shark movie because 47 Meters Down didn't do too well. I thought it was just for me. But what was the one that came before it? The Shallows was great. I love The Shallows.
Yeah.
Love The Shallows. Got it on Blu-ray. Love that movie so much. It's a really, really good shark movie. It's one of the better shark movies I've seen in recent years. Anyway, some of these other films, I haven't seen trailers for them. I don't think there are many trailers out for these films right now, so I don't care. But yeah, Christopher Robin and The Meg are the 2 films that I'm looking forward to seeing. And as far as what's going to win the month of August, I mean, nothing's really going to make a whole lot of change. But if I had to pick one that's going to make the most amount of money per se, I'd probably go with The Meg, just because it looks like a fun, dumb shark movie that's actually going to be 100 times better than anything you're going to get with Sharknado, because those are all garbage films that never should have been made. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Don't forget DVC 2. Out on DVD now. Get it locally, anywhere you want it.
In all fairness, Sharknado was supposed to be bad. Like that was the whole point. They completely forgot about that. And Zach, what stands out to you about the month of August?
So The Spy Who Dumped Me stole its title and story from my memoir. So I can't see that out of just vindictiveness.
Really? You dated a spy at some point? When did that happen?
We don't. It's not declassified yet, so my memoir will come out in a couple of years. I'll talk about it more.
So you can't publish yet?
No, I can't publish yet, so I can't tell you here either. Just mind your business. Chance.
For legal reasons.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm interested in Juliet Naked, which is getting its wide release in the nick of time for August 31st, which was a Sundance movie. It's also based on a Nick Hornby book that I really quite enjoyed. And High Fidelity is my favorite movie of all time and favorite book of all time. So I'm just a fan of anything, or just have high hopes for anything based on a Nick Hornby book, especially with Ethan Hawke kind of perfectly cast as character of a musician that's kind of been hiding for years, been a recluse. And also Black Klansman, Spike Lee, I really think is back to finding some interesting topics and has found his inspiration again. And this one truly, I feel like can continue a good streak because I was a fan of Chirac, and I think Black Klansman's just another good topic for him to handle. But the two movies I'm most excited for, and probably two of the movies I'm most excited for of all summer, just specifically where my personal fandoms lie, is Happy Time Murders. It is Muppet Bases. Brian Henson is directing it, and I really think Brian Henson has some directing skills. He did do Muppet Christmas Carol, which has some really nice set design, and it's very kind of
mic drop right there.
Yeah, done. Goodbye. But I am excited for that. I do have some touchiness with when you try to take innocent things and make them dark, even though I feel like that describes my whole personality as innocent, but with a bunch of fuck words.
I was about to say, that's you in a nutshell.
And beer in the hand. But when I'm watching, it always makes me a little uncomfortable. But I think I can get past it. I have high hopes. And also, just Winnie the Pooh has meant a lot through my life. So I really feel like Christopher Robin can strike me hard. I think I'd rather have another 65-minute animated movie like we had in 2011, but I'll take this, and I have high hopes for both of those movies this summer. So.
All right, and yeah, going to me, I think Zach Ford echoes my thoughts. I'm really looking forward to both Christopher Robin and the Happy Time Murders. I think Christopher Robin, the first trailer, Call on the Wildfire, I think that could be a real big hit. And it's also in the same spot where Suicide Squad and Guardians were, and they were really big in their respective summers. And I think it's something really different and really interesting, and it could be really good. I'm really kind of looking forward to what's doing that. And also, Melissa McCarthy's in that one also. She has 2 shots to make top 10 this summer. And middle one, I think I said, I'm really looking forward to Meg. It looks like the best Jaws sequel ever made, which is what I want from my giant shark movies. It was The Shallows. I think this could take its place. So now we've gone over the summer. Now we are going to go into our box office predictions. So I had each of these guys make their top 10 predictions for the summer, and we just pull them up here. We're going to start with the co-founder of the show, Ryan Permison. Let me just, we're doing this live. I have this ready, but we are running a little slow. Here we go. All right. We're starting with Ryan's list. Here we go. Believe, is that us? It's on my screen.
Yep.
All right, cool. So looking at Ryan's list, he has number 10, Sicario de Soldado. He's the only one to have Sicario de Soldado on his top 10. Ocean's 8 at number 9. Skyscraper at number 8. Solo, he's the only one to have Solo outside of the top 5. Ant-Man the Wasp 6, he's also the highest on Mission Impossible Fallout. Deadpool 2 at number 4. Incredibles 2 at number 3. Despite the fact how much he's not looking forward to it, he's one of the highest on Jurassic World. And, of course, the Avengers Infinity War at number 1. So, Ryan, you want to give me some insight into some of your choices?
Well, the reason I put this list together the way I did is because I think Sicario, Ocean's 8 have a good shot of being dark horses and being surprise hits. I think they can make a good amount of money. Skyscraper, just The Rock sells movies. He just sells. He knows how to sell. He's a marketing machine. He does his thing, and for the most part, they go over very well. Solo, yeah. I'll see the movie. I'm not expecting a whole lot of goodness from that movie, but it makes some money, but not enough to the point where it's going to make top 5. Because people are still on the haters train for what went down in Last Jedi. I'm not on the haters train per se, but it did leave a sour taste in my mouth as well as a lot of other people's mouths for good reason. But Ant-Man, coming off Avengers Infinity War, it's got hype around it already. It's going to make some good chunk of change. Mission Impossible Fallout, I think is going to surprise a lot of people, make more money than what some other analysts may be thinking. That's why I put it in the top 5. Deadpool 2, Incredibles 2 are no-brainers. They have their fans. They have their good marketing campaigns. They're going to make a whole lot of money. Jurassic World, as much as I hate that franchise, and I hate the first one with a fiery passion, it's going to make money.
You put it at number 2. Why?
2 words, Chris Pratt. I think Chris Pratt is going to sell this movie more than anything. Yeah, I think he's going to sell the movie more than anything. And
even more than dinosaurs.
Yes, even a heck of a lot more than dinosaurs, because Chris Pratt has a huge following on social media. He has a huge following all around the world.
Also, huge pecs.
I'm not going to touch that one.
And biceps.
Gigantic Chris.
Yeah, I don't care for that. But it's going to make money. And then obviously number 1, World Heavyweight Champion of the summer is obviously the big one. It's the big elephant in the room, and that's Avengers Infinity War, because no one can wait any longer to see it. And I think it's going to break a lot of records, and it could be the highest grossing film of all time. It has potential, but we'll see. So that's why I came up with the list that I did.
You know, you and I have been at odds for a while on Solo, so I have a proposition for you, a gentleman's wager, if you will. Now, you say it's not going to make top 5, and it's not going to. I think you told me it's not going to open at more than $100 million. Is that correct?
Yes. It will not open north of anything but $100 million.
Okay, now I will bet you that it will open at least 150, and it will definitely make top 5. If I win, you have to make a video giving a positive review on Jurassic World. But if I lose, I will make a video where I get a positive review of Batman vs Superman. Because everybody knows. Oh no, you know what? I'll up the ante. I'll make a video of giving a positive review of Terminator Genesis.
Ooh.
I have a better one.
I also have a better one, but you can do what you gotta do.
Do a negative review on Mission Impossible.
No, that doesn't hit hard enough home for me.
Toy Story
Robert,
3.
what was your suggestion? Toy Story 3?
Negative review of Toy Story 3.
Well, if I was betting you, I'd do that. But since I'm betting Ryan,
No,
I know.
Do Ryan.
So betting Ryan, I'll get you back for Superman.
But Ryan has to agree to it. Yeah. Ryan has to make.
So Ryan, pick your poison. I'll if I lose, I'll do any of those following choices.
Are you?
I think you should throw $50 on the table.
If I have to do a review of Jurassic World Fallen King, the first one or the second one?
The first one.
The first one, because I know you fucking hate the first one. And you have to do a positive review. It has to be positive.
5 minutes minimum.
God. 5 minutes minimum. That's a good time limit. So if I lose, I got to do a positive review of Jurassic World. But if I win, you have to do a positive review of which one?
Terminator Genesis.
I'll do Terminator Genesis or Batman vs Superman, because I don't really like either of those movies.
I would say more so BVS and Terminator Jenny Smith, because I didn't like Terminator Jenny Smith all that much.
All right, so I'll do a positive. So if I lose, I'll do a positive review of BVS, and if you lose, you got to do a positive review of Jurassic World.
Write it down.
Do you
now.
agree?
150 million opening and top 5 box office.
Of the summer overall.
Of the summer, yep.
Of the summer overall, yes.
Now, if it only gets one of those two, so if it opens at 150, but it doesn't make the top 5, Ryan still wins.
How does that work?
I want to be you guys do positive reviews of Pan.
Ooh. So wait, so like if it opens at only fan, but it makes top 5, do I win?
No, both of the conditions have to go for either of you to win. Otherwise, if it only does one and not the other, neither of you win.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, fine. So Ryan, do you agree?
Oh boy! All right, you know what, Internet? This is a new year. It's 2018. I like to live dangerously.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chance Ellison, you have a deal.
That was a terrible bet. Terrible bet.
Hell yeah! Terrible bet. But hey, he's sticking to his guns. I respect him for that. So. But speaking of terrible bets, Let's look at RJ's list because his is my favorite of the ones we have so far. Segue.
Is his list worse than mine?
Yep.
Yes.
I really hope Uncle Drew's on there.
Uncle Drew is not. But what is on this list? Of course, Teen Titans Go at number 10.
Let me see this. I gotta see this. Where is it?
Only one to have Teen Titans Go on his top 10. He also has Christopher Robin at number 9. One of only 3 of us to have that on our list. Also, the only one out of the 6 of us to have Tag on their top 10. Mission Impossible Fallout at number 7. Ant-Man Wasp number 6. Solo at 5. Deadpool at 4. Jurassic World at 3. Incredibles 2 at number 2. And Avengers Infinity War at number 1. So, Rene, talk to me about this.
I'm telling you guys, for number 10, like I said, like what always happens in the summer, there is at least 1, if not 2, animated movies in the top 10. And I think Teen Titans is going to be that second animated movie near the end of the summer that kids are going to want to see before they go back to school. And I think it's going to sneak into the top 10 for the summer. It may not do great. It may get horrible reviews. That doesn't mean it's not going to make money. Like I said, it's my dark horse. I looked at all the other lists, and I just didn't see anything else. I was just like, you know what? I want to put my money behind this one. Christopher Robin at number 9. My bottom 3 are my dark horses. They're all my dark horses. Christopher Robin, I think it's going to have the nostalgia value. I think that's going to pull a lot of people in. And if Disney keeps putting out their live action like they have been lately, at least in my opinion, I think it's going to make it. I think it's going to make that money enough to squeeze into the top 10. And Tag, I think Tag is this summer's girls trip. I think this is going to be the comedy that's just going to, like, everyone's going to want to go see it, and everyone's going to tell their friends to go see it. I mean, I've actually looked up the article that this is based on a true story about. This is awesome. I want to go see this, and I want to go take all my friends to go see this. My friends who I would do this with if we were that creative. I mean, it's just going to be good old-fashioned fun. And the cast, I mean, Jeremy Renner as the, like, antagonist, for lack of a better word. John Hamm, Hannibal, what's his last name? I always forget.
Hannibal Buress.
Hannibal Buress. Ed Helms, Eliza Fisher. Just that one line of her where she gets the one solo in the trailer where she's just like, this is our gangbang. Like, I think she's gonna be a standout for it. And then Jake Johnson, right? Jake Johnson's the last one.
Jake Johnson, yes.
Yeah. I just think that's a really good cast to come together with the premise that they have just adults acting like children, but like purposely, not like, oh, we're trying to make them act like adults and just make them immature. No, these are adults who are playing a children's game purposefully. I think it's gonna kill. And then, of course, the rest of my 7, I think everyone has them in their list. My order for them, I just think Incredibles, like we said earlier, is going to be the one. I think it will top Jurassic World. Solo, I do think it will make the top 5. Mission Impossible, I think it will get its money. I just don't think it's going to be enough to beat Ant-Man and the Wasp. But I don't think Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to be top 5. That's why I have it at 6.
All right.
That's about it.
I just want to be really close to picking Tag. I almost had that. I'm gonna go to Lucas's list. See what he's predicting.
All right.
I really should be doing this ready while RJ's rambling. That's on me for being a bad host. All right. Okay, here we go. Found this.
Interesting list so far, though.
All right, here we go. Here's Lucas, one of the, I believe, 3 people to have Mamiya. Here we go again on this top 10. Ocean's 8 at number 9. Only one to pick Hotel Transylvania 3 for top 10. Mission Impossible Fallout, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Deadpool 2, Solo, Incredibles 2, Infinity War. Which, spoiler, we all have Infinity War number 1. So, Lucas, talk to me. Incredible. Your biggest one is Hotel Transylvania 3. So give me some insight on that pick for you.
Okay, so let me grab those numbers. Hotel Transylvania 3 has actually made like 150+ million for both of the first 2 movies, 148 for the first one, 170 for the second. This is actually a pretty decent franchise. It's gone up so far, and if it can come in, I think it may come in like 175. If it can come in at 175, it can definitely make the top 10. The other pick I have on there that's interesting is Mamma Mia. I think a lot of times with box office during the summer, the back end is all about getting that one audience that isn't represented anywhere else. And I think Mamma Mia is that type of movie that's going to grab an audience that may not see the Avengers, Incredibles, Jurassic World solo movies. That's a different audience, and that actually gives them an opportunity to make the bottom half. Ocean's 8, just like people hated Ghostbusters, and that movie made 120 million. So if Ocean's 8 is slightly liked more, it'll be fine. Top 7 is really boring. It's what everybody else has. I think Solo beats Deadpool, and I think it actually beats it quite handily. I think Deadpool is going to.
Yeah, you are.
I think it's going to suffer quite.
I believe you're one of you have. Where do you have Deadpool at 4, right?
No, I Deadpool at 5. I have Solo at 4.
Okay, I believe there's 6 movies out on every single one of our lists, and there was almost 7, but Rene screwed that up.
And then just
so all right, yeah, interesting pick with Hotel Transylvania. Like it's gonna be the wild card that's gonna determine like who wins this betting pool.
Yeah, and if I'm gonna
now
I like Hotel Transylvania 3 over some of the other wild cards people are throwing out.
And that's a fair bet. That's a fair bet. I just think like for me personally, I think the summer's like really select, especially with like kids entertainment. And I think it's gonna push Hotel Transylvania like right out of there.
Possible.
All right, and now I believe I'm gonna go to Robert's list next. He's Mamma Mia at number 10, which I guess there's a super underground following for that movie that I just don't know about. Ocean's 8, which a lot of us have, but no one's had super high. Mission Impossible Fallout. The only one of us who had the first Purge on their top 10, and then of course Ant-Man, Wasp, Solo, Jurassic World, Deadpool, Incredibles 2, Avengers: Infinity War. So, Robert, the first Purge. Let me ask you about that real quick.
Yeah, so I really think that every summer there is a horror movie. Usually it's more in the past couple years, it's been an indie horror movie that's come out and really made some good bank at the box office. You look at something like Don't Breathe or Lights Out, or there's always that kind of genre movie that actually does really well. But in most recent years, it's been an indie sort of movie that doesn't have a lot of following. I think The Purge, with an established franchise, each of them have already done well. The franchise isn't dead. The franchise still has followers. I think that I probably put it a little bit too high. But I definitely think it has a solid chance of getting in the top 10. Just because, like Lucas was saying, there's an audience there for it, for that genre that is going to go mostly misrepresented from the big movies of the summer. I think Purge has a really strong chance of being in the top 10. I think, like I said, I probably put it a little bit too high. Same as Lucas's bottom 2, actually, Mamma Mia and Ocean's 8. I think both of those movies can sneak in there in the bottom 2 spots. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp, again, is going to make a lot of money. Don't think it's going to be enough to crack the top 5. And yeah, I probably should have switched Purge and Mission Impossible. I should have had Impossible at 7 and Purge at 8, but I still think if Purge is a good movie, if the first Purge is solid and people like it as much as they liked the first 2, it might actually have a shot of beating Fallout.
All right, right on. Now then we go to Zack Ford's list, which is also pretty interesting. Let me get that up. And all right, here we go. Wait. Crap, who's this with that? Okay, no, that's mine. Here's Zack Ford's. Interesting enough, I think he's like, out of people who have Christopher Robin on their list, he's the one that has the highest. No, the lowest. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's the one that has, why did I say the highest? He's the one that has it the lowest. He has it at number 10. He has Mamma Mia, and Ocean's 8 beating it. And then the same top 7, the same 7 that nearly everybody else has. So, Zach, talk to me about I also think he's the lowest on Deadpool 2. So
that's my personal
Zach,
bias.
Yeah, okay, that's personal bias. But what about Mamma Mia and Ocean's 8 beating Christopher Robin?
Well, first of all, Robert talked perfectly long enough for me to finish the only drawing I could get in for a day. So here is Winnie the Pooh singing with the cast of Mamma Mia together, and then there's
God, don't do Pooh Bear like that.
Doing his business. I would see a Mamma Mia movie if Winnie the Pooh makes a cameo, singing "I'm a Little Black Rain Cloud," for sure.
Pooh Bear, so much respect for that.
But now I forgot what I'm supposed to talk about.
Robin gonna lose to Oceans and Mamma Mia.
Yeah, Christopher Robin barely made my list only because of like Chance's dumb rules and not letting me have Wreck-It Ralph on my list, which I definitely would have run with.
Quick behind the scenes, real quick. I asked Zach to give me his top 10 of the summer, and one of the movies, Wreck-It Ralph. I'm like, that's not even right. It comes out in November.
Don't worry, I had ahead of Deadpool.
He did have it ahead of Deadpool.
But I really was close on putting Hereditary just to be kind of crazy because I think Hereditary can have that word of mouth to make it successful in the summer. And Mamma Mia and Ocean's 8 are just going to hit a different crowd. That's why instead of having Skyscraper on there, because I think Skyscraper just has so much competition with similar audiences around it that Mamma Mia and Ocean's 8 just don't have. And same with Christopher Robin. Unless Hotel Transylvania, I'm sorry I'm not as prepared as Lucas, taking this competition really too seriously and doing some background research about Hotel Transylvania's box office career, and that made me doubt my choices. I might change it to Hotel Transylvania after he's persuaded me. But I also understand there's no money on the table, so I don't care that much. But yeah, otherwise Deadpool, I really feel is going to lose a little bit of audience, and it's not going to replicate what it did before because it had a lot of curiosity to it. And it really is. It's such a distinct style of a movie that I don't think it's for everyone. And there's some people that are going to not turn into it for a second time. And it's just a shitty franchise and it's killing humor in our culture. So other than that.
All right. Well, other than that. Well, we got to see the end of December because we still haven't gone into my list yet. Now, I believe Lucas made a statement that he and Zack were tied for being the lowest on Jurassic. No, I'm sorry. They're both tied for being the lowest on Deadpool 2, which they were. And he also said that Zack 4 was the lowest on Jurassic World. That's actually incorrect because I'm the lowest on Jurassic World. I have that number 5.
I couldn't have known that.
I believe Lucas and I tied. Zack and I tied for having what's it called? Solo at number 3. I also have Christopher Robin in my top 10, although I have it the highest at number 8. I take that back. I think Rene has the same place as me. I'm Ryan with Ryan. I have Skyscraper in my top 10, and I'm also the highest on Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah, you have that beating Ant-Man.
I do have that beating Ant-Man. And I think here's the reason why. First of all, I think that the franchise is on the ups. I think that marketing campaign is doing a lot to help that movie, as it has with all Mission Impossible movies. And I think after the bigness that is Infinity War, I think Ant-Man's gonna have diminishing returns of Ant-Man because I think there's gonna be some people who can be like, oh, we just saw this. Let's take a little break. Let's skip this one by. And as far as the Skyscraper and Rene, I actually have that being Ocean's 8. There were 3 female-driven movies that I had vying for a spot in my top 10, and I don't think more than 2. I don't think more than one's gonna make it. And I'm betting on Ocean's 8 just because it's gonna have the most time. And I think if you get a really bad female-led movie like Rough Night last year, those normally don't have legs. And if Mamma Mia is as bad as I'm fairly positive I think it's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna have very good returns. It's not gonna have the box office. And I also have Deadpool lower than Incredibles 2 and Solo just because it's an R-rated comedy and those won't perform, but I think it will have very similar. I think it'll have a very similar what's it called? Take back as the first Deadpool, especially you got Cable, you got the X-Force, you got Terry Crews in there, which he's a big box office star. Not really. I'm just saying because I love Terry Crews. I don't want him to bust through my door and beat my ass if he hears this at some point. But
Terry Crews will never hear this.
I gotta hope not, because he's too busy looking for the guy who grabbed his. Either way, Yeah, so that's my list, and yeah, so either way, we have some really stiff competition. Is Rene gonna regret not putting Ocean's 8 on the top 10? Possibly, especially if Teen Titans Go doesn't make it, which I don't think it will, because My Little Pony the movie didn't make very much money. And before I go to Ryan wanted to say something. Before I go to him, is there any movie that we think are gonna like massively flop at the box office? Like, what do you think is gonna be the biggest like box office bomb of the summer? What do you think is gonna be the King Arthur of this year?
Oh, 6 years late.
I have it. I got it.
Okay, well, Lucas, what's gonna be the King Arthur this year?
It's gonna be Meg. Sadly,
Meg.
Meg cost $150 million.
Ooh.
We haven't had a shark
That's
movie
fair.
make over $100 million since I think Jaws 2. So this is not going to end well. That movie's going to need China to show up in force. You need everyone in China to see that movie like 3 times.
Everyone in China, go see this movie.
To not lose a crap load of money. That's the one that's in serious danger.
Okay. Zach, what do you think is going to be the biggest, like the big box office bomb of the summer?
I mean, I have no idea how much things cost to make, but I definitely think Spy Who Dumped Me is just going to flop completely. I think it's a type of romantic comedy that is just not making money anymore. But for the bigger movies, I am going to be positive. Everything is going to be a huge success, 200 plus, across the table, best summer ever, and we'll all die at the end of the year because we'll never do better.
Ryan, anything you think is going to be like a major flop this summer?
Well, after some of the points that were brought up, I actually think Meg has the biggest risk of tanking and just not doing well. No pun intended. Shark Tanks. That could definitely fall through the cracks. I think a film that does have another shot of not doing well, I mean, it'll do okay, but it's not going to do, I think, nearly as well as the first installment. I think it's just because not enough people, I don't think, know about it. I mean, the marketing's been okay, but I think it could be better. Sicario, Day of the Soldado, I think that's going to fall through the cracks.
Edge of Tomorrow, I think it can run Edge of Tomorrow problems, like I was saying earlier in the show.
Yeah, it could just fall right through. Like it could come out for 1 week and then just quickly evaporate, like out of sight, out of mind in a way. But I'm hoping for it. I mean, yeah, who knows? But I'm hoping it's good. I look forward to seeing it, and who knows? Maybe it can turn a good profit and be a dark horse. So those are the 2 films I think have a big chance of not doing well or doing very successful at the box office this year, anyway, or this summer, I should say. This summer, sorry.
All right, Robert. Any notable bombs you want to call right now?
I mean, I don't really know as far as like how much they put into it versus how much it's actually going to make, but movies that I think are just not going to make a lot of money. I said it a little bit earlier. Slender Man, that movie's like, it's 8 years too late. Let's see. I had other ones. Oh, Teen Titans Go to the movies. That's not going to make any money.
It'll be RJ's #1 movie of the year, but it won't be money.
It's not.
If My Little Pony didn't make any money, I don't think this will either.
It's gonna make more money than you think. I can at least guarantee you that. It's gonna.
Did you
make more
see it 10 times that weekend?
It's gonna be RJ. Like I like the box office report. It's gonna say Rene Villiarreal Jr.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I kind of agree with Ryan. I hope Sicario makes a bunch of money. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think it will. And then Equalizer 2, if that's actually a movie, that's gonna be a thing. I don't think it's gonna do well at the box office.
All right, and RJ, what do you think is going to be the flop of the summer?
The correct answer is Overboard. That thing's going to make $1 million and get kicked out of the theaters the first week. It's going to be this year's, what was that bad one? Max Steel. It's going to be this year's Max Steel.
You mean 2 years? Oh, this year's Max Steel. Okay, yeah.
This year's Max Steel. Now, I do want to throw in one. Of the movies expected to do good, who's going to do the worst? I'm throwing in Skyscraper.
I agree with that.
That's actually not a bad bet. That's not a bad bet.
I think he's going to get a decent opening weekend, and then no one's going to go see it. Like, the people who want to see it opening weekend are going to go see it. Then they're going to say, I think it's going to get the same talk as Rampage, and no one's going to go the second weekend. Everyone's going to go see something else.
All right. And yeah, my biggest fear of Skyscraper is that it's gonna Baywatch itself. Because like I thought Baywatch was gonna be a top 10 movie for sure, and then that movie fucking sucked, and it didn't make any money. I think you guys are seriously overestimating the power of ABBA in Mamma Mia. Here we go again. Yeah, I know the female audience is big, But I think what could happen is the female audience divides itself between that and Spy Who Dumped Me, which would come out relatively around the same time. Other one I think could fail big. Yeah, Sicario 2 also. Sicario 2 could. Ocean's 8, if it's really like not good, could flop. Life of the Party is what I'm looking at, because whenever Melissa McCarthy pairs movies directed by her husband, whenever she pairs with Ben Falcone to do a movie, that like usually like opens okay and then it just disappears, and especially because like the marketing push for this one is just so huge. Yeah, as far as flops, and also yeah, Meg could, because it costs $100 million to make, and yeah, so that is it. Our predictions will go up on the Full Metal Media page tomorrow. Ryan, I think you wanted to say something before we close out the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I did. Since we're making wagers here, even though the one that Chance and I made is a little bit outside the box, a little creative, a little bit risque, I want to let you all in on something. We have he's a member of the Full Metal Media page. He has his own podcast. It's called That Made Your List. Our good friend Dave.
Oh, Dave.
Yes, our good friend Dave has started something. He has created a league through a wonderful website called the Fantasy Movie League. It's on fantasymovieleague.com. What you do is that it's totally free. You can go sign up today. He started up a league, and what happens is once you create an account, you have a cinema, and your cinema has 8 screens. And you can pick whatever movies that you want to play within those 8 screens. You can do 1 screen playing one movie, 6 screens playing another movie, or however different combinations that you want. However, you do have $1,000 of fantasy movie dollars to spend, so make sure that you spend those dollars wisely. And in going with that, Dave Goodger has a league. It is on the Fantasy Movie League website, fantasymovieleague.com. The name of the league is called That Made Your List, and if you want to join the league, the password is TMYL, which are all in caps. And I've joined the league, and I would encourage the members of the panel, as well as those of you who may be watching this video later on after the fact, to come and join us. It's completely free. It's a lot of fun. You have the chance to win some cool prizes from the website. And also, if you win for that weekend, you get to have something known as bragging rights. And if I beat Chance in this bet, believe me when I say I will be bragging about this for years and years and years and years to come. So I just want to let you guys know about that. Feel free to join. It's completely free, so we hope to see you there.
Yeah, and I'm also part of that league, and yeah, it's really fun. It's really interesting trying to play around. It's just as a betting man, and I'm sure Che Watson would agree. It becomes really fun. So yeah, we will also link that when we post our total predictions. But aside from that, that was it. We will continue the show monthly as the summer movie recap. Ryan Permison is going to be my regular guest. At the end of the summer, I'm going to try to get all these guys back. And we're going to have a rotating panel throughout the majority of the summer, talk about the highs, the lows, all that good stuff. So for me, my panel, RJ, Lucas, Robert, Zach, and of course my co-host Ryan, I want to say I am Chance Ellison. I want to say thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.